The death of a popular artist has caused uproar. Protests taking place in several cities across the country.
MOHBAD! In the month of September 2023, one of the biggest controversial events was imagined as one of the Afrobeat rising star died under an unclear circumstances.
No concrete evidence that this is what happened, this is what killed him. That is why we are taking this work. Justice for MOHBAD, a missing one for MOHBAD.
The hospital reports are suggesting that he died as a result of ear infection. But many people are raising concern about the actual cause of his death.
Justice for MOHBAD. They are demanding answers. They say they will keep on protesting until they find out what happened.
This is because many people believe that he had enemies who might be more than happy to get rid of him.
So I don't know these people have been hating on me. They have been doing bad things on me. I went mad into it because of this issue. Now they are trying to kill me. Everybody in your world, please help me. If I die, well, Marlian is in there, Marlian kill me.
But to understand the actual story behind the death of MOHBAD, we need to travel back in time to where it all began.
MOHBAD in the building. Woo! Hey MOHBAD.
Over the last few days, we've been investigating the situation, trying to find the pieces of the puzzle. A puzzle that have managed to ruin so many. But what we found was a story that left people broken. And our biggest fear that this is not over.
It's really not the first time that we are hearing something like this.
Some people think this story begins and ends with MOHBAD, but that's wrong. It is doomed to repeat itself. On June 1996, a future music sensation named Eleleruwa Oladimeji Aloba came into the world. He wasn't yet known as MOHBAD, but his journey toward that stage name had already begun. MOHBAD's childhood was like that of many kids in Nigeria. He played in the dusty street, dreamed big dreams, and listened to the rhythmic beat of life. Growing up in K2, he was surrounded by the vibrant culture of Lagos, a city that pulses with music and creativity. From a very young age, MOHBAD had a deep love for music. The melodies of Lagos seeped into his soul, and he knew that he had a lot of stories to tell, and he hoped that one day he had used his voice to tell his stories to the world. Little did he know that this dream will become his reality. MOHBAD started chasing his dream by writing and singing his own music, even without a record label. You see, in order for you to sing music, you need money to pay for the production. And for someone who doesn't have a record label, he needs to find a way to finance his music production. So, at this time, MOHBAD will do odd jobs in order to get enough money for him to pay for his music production. And suddenly, he began to attract followers as one of the emerging talent in Afrobeat fame. It seemed like his investments are paying off, and it was at this pivotal moment that he caught the attention of Naira Marley, who proposed to sign him off to Marlian Records. He accepted the deal because he knew that a record label will give him a chance to achieve his goal and become a superstar, as the record labels are responsible for money and the resources for an artist to succeed, which means he will now focus on writing and singing music without thinking of financing. Unfortunately for MOHBAD, that will no longer be the case, as this contract will later turn out to be an absolute disaster. You see, unlike the record labels in the United States, most record label companies here in Nigeria operate like cults, as some sources revealed. Years ago, when you enter a record label company, you will meet a secretary, and he or she will interview you before accepting a CD plate containing your songs, which he or she will submit to the director of the record label company. The director, together with the marketer and other top bosses in the record label company, will listen to your songs, and if your songs get their attention, they will invite you for one-on-one discussion, and after that, they will give you a copy of the contract they have prepared for you. When you go through it and accept the terms and the conditions, you will sign it. Henceforth, you become a signer of that record label. Then, they will redo your songs to their own standard and push your songs into the market. MOHBAD's first breakthrough came with his song, Pomo. It was a collaboration with two heavyweights in the Nigerian music scene, Naira Marley and Lukesh. The track was like lightning in a bottle, going viral and catapulting MOHBAD into the limelight. The Nigerian music industry had just discovered a rising star, and the world was beginning to take notice. With his unique style and captivating lyrics, MOHBAD was on a trajectory to stardom, and shortly after signing with Marlian Records, MOHBAD released his first EP titled Light, with features from Davido, Naira Marley, and Lekesh. This EP became a defining chapter in his career. Because of his unique style, his songs were loved by many people, especially the youth. As MOHBAD's popularity soared, so did the recognition. He earned not one, not two, but 5 nominations at the Beat Award in 2021. And in 2022, he dropped another hit titled Peace, a track produced by Rizzy. This song wasn't just a musical creation. It was a message of hope and unity. It didn't take long for Peace to climb the turntable chart, becoming a sensation. Most of his hit songs, including Beast and Peace and Feel Good, continue to win the heart of fans. His music spoke directly to the youth, addressing love, struggles, and challenges they faced in their everyday lives. Because his music is so personalized, some people felt like they were specifically singing for them, which made Audiomack, a platform known for discovering fresh talent, crown him one of the top 20 Afrobeat artists of the year. It looks like everything is going great with his new record label, and to many, it seemed like MOHBAD will only succeed with the help of Naira Marley and the Marlian record. But that will no longer be the case. In fact, that is the origin of his problems. In February 2022, MOHBAD faced a daunting challenge when the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency (NDLEA) arrested him, along with fellow artists like Zinoliski, for possession of illegal substances, including MDMA and cannabis. And the video went viral on social media, showing the dramatic event. The video also revealed mistreatment by NDLEA operatives as they broke into the house by force, shooting to the air and also hitting the artists with clubs as they forced them into their trucks, which were already waiting outside. It seemed like a regular NDLEA operation, but when MOHBAD came out the following day, his comment was something totally different, as he revealed how Naira Marley and the rest of Marlian Records are after his life. And while he went to the hospital, another video was released suggesting that he had been assaulted, exposing the dark truth behind his problems. He revealed how they gave him something to drink, suggesting that he should drink it is just a water. And so he drank the water, but he claimed that it wasn't just a water, and that he was the only one who drank it. Despite the accusation of assault by MOHBAD to the Marlian Records, no one from the record label said anything to defend themselves. This is confusing because MOHBAD didn't say why or where he was assaulted. 5 days later, Naira Marley posted a video of MOHBAD and Zinoliski on Instagram. This made people even more confused and suspicious. Many people are asking why Naira Marley will post a video of someone who accused him of assault. Is he trying to show that the problem had been solved in private, or is he acting like nothing happened with MOHBAD? Either way, Naira Marley had to answer this question. The situation got worse when on October 5, 2022, MOHBAD posted a distressing video on Instagram. He was being beaten, bleeding, and had injuries all over his body, including his hands, back, and neck. He said, "This happened just because I wanted to change my manager, who is their brother. Look at what they did to me at the Marlian house." But what is even more troubling in his final message in the post, where he is urging people to help him because he was dying inside. It was at this pivotal moment that his story started getting attention on social media, with many people criticizing Naira Marley while others are calling on him. And as we might expect, Naira Marley came out to defend himself, claiming that MOHBAD alongside 3 other guys tried to beat his manager. And when his friends tried to stop him, the situation became a brutal war. And he further stated that the only person that touches MOHBAD was his manager. When MOHBAD saw the attack in Naira Marley's post, he decided to retaliate by breaking down what actually happened at the Marlian house. He explained that he was attacked by some guys when he went to tell Naira Marley he wanted to change his manager, who happened to be Naira Marley's brother. But it seemed like his decision didn't make his record label happy. This kind of things happen often in the music world, but this time it was really violent, which worried a lot of people. Not only did they hurt MOHBAD badly, but they also threatened his life. Shortly after MOHBAD shared this video on social media, one of his close friends confirmed the story from the hospital bed. They had injuries and even lost their phones, watches and necklaces. This incident made it seem like Marlian Records was more like a cult than a record label. Many believe this is why MOHBAD wanted to leave, even though he was still a Marlian, at least for now. And then on October 25, 2022, he officially left Marlian Records. It surprised many because they expect him to leave due to the violence and assault. However, he said he left mainly because he hadn't received the money he deserved from Marlian Records. At this very time, MOHBAD felt like he wasn't getting treated right or paid enough by his record label, and that's why he decided to leave. But if he does, where else will he go? Wait, before we get to the next part of the story, which is gonna get a little crazy, I need to tell you something. Unless you have all notifications turned on for this channel, you quite likely won't get shown new videos. So if you want more stories like this plus documentary about celebrity, business and entertainment, please turn on the notification bell. If you get an error when you try to do that, simply unsubscribe and then immediately resubscribe and then it will work. Thanks so much for your support. And now let's get back to the story. MOHBAD was now planning his next move, and by November, MOHBAD decided to launch his own label, which he called Emolianization. Many people think that MOHBAD was now getting his life back after leaving the Marlian Records. Well, that will not be the case, because in January 2023, Bella Shumulda exposed some shocking truth about the current situation of MOHBAD. Bella Shumulda is one of the closest friends of MOHBAD, so it wasn't shocking when Bella said he knew exactly about the mistreatment that MOHBAD went through in the Marlian Records. But he explained how MOHBAD almost committed suicide when the situation got worse, and if it wasn't because of his girlfriend in the patient, he could have died that day. And it was clear that this situation has already caused a mental issue to MOHBAD. But despite the setbacks, MOHBAD was back on his feet again and also back to the studio to make his music. He began trying to work his way back to the music world, but it appears to him that this wasn't the end of the drama. In fact, it turned out to be the beginning. When MOHBAD was shooting a music video with Zlatan, who he had been working with since his exit from the Marlian Records, the video of the incident was exposed and went viral on social media, which shows MOHBAD and Zlatan on a wheelchair shooting the music video, when Sam Larry and some other guys appeared behind them with canes in their hands going after MOHBAD. And if it's not for Zlatan's intervention, things could have gotten a lot worse. And this time around, MOHBAD decided to take legal action against Sam Larry. He reported them to the Nigerian Police Force Criminal Investigation Department, clearly stating how he was attacked by Sam Larry and about 15 others who were all armed. And although he was just slightly injured, they damaged most of the equipment for the shoots. Since Sam Larry has no direct connection to MOHBAD, many believe that he was acting on the instruction of Naira Marley, who was very close to him. So when MOHBAD's death was announced online, many people blamed the CEO of Marlian Records, Naira Marley. As a result, Naira Marley started receiving threats, insults, curses and promises from fans and even some of MOHBAD's friends and close associates. After MOHBAD passed away, his girlfriend shared that he never felt safe. It was like someone was already following him, and he was so worried that he even wanted his family to move to a different place because he was scared. September 12, 2023, something sad happened. MOHBAD had to go to the hospital because his ear was hurting a lot. They admitted to take care of him. But as the day went on, something terrible happened. MOHBAD suddenly lost consciousness and he didn't wake up again. His death was a big shock and we don't really know what happened and why he died. Some people believe it was because of the ear problem. But there are also rumors that something strange happened when he was performing at the show in Okorodu. This had left everyone asking the same big question. What really happened to him? MOHBAD was only 27 years old when he passed away. And when a young person dies in a mysterious way, especially someone like MOHBAD, usually they do something called an autopsy to find out what exactly happened to him and what is the real cause of his death. But in the case of MOHBAD, that will no longer be the case. They buried him very quickly which surprised a lot of people. You see, most people thought he was a Muslim and believed in their religion, which says that they should be buried right away. But it turns out Mohbad was actually a Christian. In fact, it reported that his dad is a pastor. This made people wonder even more about why they rushed to bury him very quickly. Because of all these questions and worries, youth came out in the street in thousands demanding justice for Mohbad. This made the police started to look into the case and find out what really happened. They promised to investigate everything properly and even do an autopsy on Mohbad's body to find out the truth. Up until this point, Naira Marley, the boss of Marlian Records, hadn't said anything in public. But now, it is time for him to make his move. He had to speak up and clear his name, and he appeared in an interview with Reno where he said he didn't have any reason to hurt Mohbad and that he always tried to help him, even when Mohbad was in trouble. He even shared a story about how he helped Mohbad when his girlfriend called him and told him that Mohbad was about to commit suicide, and he revealed that he is coming back to Nigeria in order for him to clear his name. But even though Naira Marley said all this and brought his evidence, many people still have doubts. They think that he might be trying to protect himself because the situation is very serious, especially because now the government and the police are getting involved. So, what do you think happened to Mohbad? Do you believe Naira Marley and Marlian Records are responsible? Or do you think he died from his ear problem like the official report say? You can share your thoughts in the comment section below. But for now, all that's left for us to say is thank you for watching ABN TV Global. You are the real heroes and we will see you in the next video.